let's do this. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another war report for the Cloudwing Valley server here on NA West. It is Season 7. This was Week 3. It was a drill mode, so there wasn't any fiefs that permanently got flipped. Pretty much everything got flipped at some point tonight, just about. But it all came back at the end, so that's the way drill mode works. For those that are just joining that probably are experiencing drill mode for the first time, typically drill mode kicks off at 6 and ends at 7 sharp. You go around, you take a bunch of fiefs, you get a lot of coin in your pockets, fill up those coffers with all the silver, and go home. One other thing to note is that anything that you have at the end of the night, you get a little payday with whatever is remaining in the fief gets sent out to your members, so it gets divided amongst all the members of your house, gets sent out. If you defend your fief for the full time, that pot that's on each of your fiefs gets sent back to you. So that's kind of why you will see occasionally some houses defending. It's no secret. There is definitely more money to be made if you're on the assaulting side than the defending side, but it is there if you do defend. This is Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. We're going to blow right through this. Pretty much we have some new features I wanted to show to the community and see if you like them. If you like them, we'll keep doing them. If not, we'll just skip them and move along. So first up, let me take a cruise over to Anadolu. We'll go there this week first. So here is what the world looks like over in Anadolu. Whole array of houses. I would show you what it looked last territory war, but it looks exactly the same, trust me. So we have some Phoenix Legion, some Radiance, Revival being pretty much all of Phoenix Legion. Yellow Turbans is still down there a little bit with Digital Order and Radiance. Partisans joined Fabled Few this week. So welcome to the family, Partisans. I'm sure the Fabled Few are going to take good care of you. And then Prophecy of Kings formed with Spartan Legion, and I believe the Midway Kings and Black Hand of Nod this past week. So you can look forward to them playing around somewhere. So here is your houses for Anadolu. I skipped over the battles because there were none. Now for the new stuff. So what are you guys looking at? What do you think this is? So what I have done here is I have taken the starting influence for the region, and basically that's 2,000 or 22,200. So if you add up all the influence on all the fiefs in Anadolu the day that this zone went live this season, that's how much influence was available. From that point, the current influence is 21,000, which means that it lost 1,200 points. So out of the influence, there's 1,200 less influence than there was at the start, which dropped it down to 47%. So everything is going to start at 50%. As it declines down to 0%, it's going to go down to poor and then eventually devastated. What I wanted to do is create some competition between the regions and see who can get their numbers the highest. What this does in the long term is get fiefs upgraded to, level 2, 3, 4, 8, if you can do it. And by doing so, that creates more tier 5 fief quests on the map that people could do. Now, I've also built a little fief quest thing that I can input the tier 5 fief quests and tier 4 fief quests rather rapidly into the website. I'm also going to broadcast them on Tuesday. So on Tuesday when you tune in, I will have a list of all the tier 4 and tier 5 fief quests in each of these regions for you. That way you know where to take your supplies and get those, 400 to 600 honor every turn in. It should be very handy for you guys, and I'm hoping it's even more helpful. But here we also have the average fort in the region is level 3, the average town is level 3, the average village is level 1. Now, there are 15 fiefs in Anadolu that are owned by the legions or cohorts. There are 37 but with the free houses, so 71% is owned by free houses at this point. In the top renowned builders, these are the people that have improved their villages more than anyone else. So basically what you do is you take the baseline, which for a village is just 150 influence, and you subtract it by whatever it is on the current. So if it's now 200 influence, that would be a 50, so plus 50. So Radiance has plus 100. So Digital Order, all their fiefs have gone down in value, giving them a negative 100. And Revival came in, adopted some land that was already fought over pretty badly. And everything was downgraded when they got there, but they adopted negative 900 in renown. Sorry, guys. I think that's the worst I've seen on the zone, but don't worry, you will rebuild. It's a lot of land. 14 fiefs is a lot of land to try to take care of, especially if you're not a 100-person house. So get up to 100 people, start doing those fief quests, and build that stuff back. I've also combined these towns and forts together because they both ride on the same influence chart. So like if you look at how much influence you need for each level for a town or a fort, they're identical. For villages, however, they have their own chart. So I separated out the villages on their own. So that's what you see here. So when we're looking at the running for the big Regenopoulos fight, we have three major players: the Fabled Few, the Phoenix Legion, and Yellow Turbans. The only new contender this week is Fabled Few because they have a new partner, the Partisans. So by getting the Partisans on board, they actually become almost qualified to be able to fight in that fight. Next up, let's go ahead and hop over to Astaria. Here's what we have as FIFA ownership in Astaria. If you remember, we had 16 different houses owning land in Astaria just like a week ago, like Saturday of last week. 16 different houses. It's pretty insane. As of right now, that's what the house looks like. So we have the Templars, Goshkia, Knights Templar, Fornair, Speak, Kin Empire, Digital Order, Black Hand of Nod, Midway Kings, Shaolin, House of Lords, Nightmare, Spartan's Glory, Devastators, and here, calling Astaria home. Now looking at the prosperity chart there, we've got some different numbers here. So Astaria started at, okay. had my wrong notes up. So Australia started at 16,500 influence. It is now 18,150 influence. We've had some hard workers with the Templars, Knights Templar, Speak, Kin Empire, and Goshkia all raising the levels of their fief. Each one of those is over 150 renown higher. So there was even more people. If you look down at the average village level in Australia right now, it is actually level 2. I haven't seen something like that since I started playing. So congratulations to the Australian builders. You guys are doing a great job. We should start seeing some tier 5 fief quests here real soon. The average town level is now 5. We have several level 5 fiefs out in the Australian region. So be ready. This week we should start seeing some pretty good tier 5 fief quests popping. Once you hit 5, it's pretty good shot that you could probably about a 25% chance of getting the tier 5 fief quests. And those are the big money ones. You want to travel if you can for those, unless your guild has a tier 4, which actually their tier 3s can be close to the 400 influence that you get if your house owns it. If your house doesn't own it, it's probably tier 3 would be way lower. You want to go for the tier 5s. So do the math, figure it out, how much honor you're going to get for those. On the fief quests are the easiest way to get into those gold units. It's unbelievable. I mean, 600 per turn in if your house owns it and you get a 5-star fief quest. 600 just for turning in a quest. It's super easy. Now the race for Agolia, Valor standing alone. Nobody is even contesting them right now. We'll see how that looks next week. There's been some shakeups with Black-Headed Nod and Midway Kings going south. That's going to create a little void up in the north. Somebody's going to go after that territory. If they get it, it could mean that there's another contender on the board. We'll see. I mean, this has been really lively so far. Even during drill mode, it was pretty fantastic in the fights front. There was a lot of people actually fighting tonight instead of just collecting paychecks, which is pretty cool. So we have 12 Legion-owned fiefs and 31, forgot to mention that, for the Australia region. So 72% is free house land, 28% to the Legions. Let's go ahead and move down to Hungavaria. So here we have Hungavaria. We have all this Yellow Turbans land. And then we got like a Knights Templar. And then we have a Hurt. Yep, there's 2 little guys right there. 2 little guys. But aside from them, it's just a sea of Digital Order and Radiance. A few Atlases. There's a bunch of Atlases actually sprinkled about. That's probably not a very friendly zone for new people to go to. But the Yellow Turbans are very nice. If you are nice to them and ask questions, they will be happy to answer them for you. Try to get in touch with Hawkeye or Modex. They will answer questions for you. They're fairly decent people if you're nice to them. If you're not nice to them, they are not decent at all. They get mean. But, you know, that's like most people. You know, sugar sells better than vinegar. You know, ever heard that saying? It's true. Looking at the houses that own land, you have Radiance, Digital Order, Atlas, Knights Templar, and Hurt. Bouncing over the prosperity chart, we started with 21,900 starting influence. It is currently at 22,150 influence. Prosperity rating of 250 above the 0 line. Digital Order currently has 150 renown with 16 fiefs. That means that out of all their fiefs, they still are on a positive movement with 150, which means that they're upgrading quite a bit. Radiance is with 16, they have 100. Hurt, Atlas, and Knights Templar have pretty much kept it right on par. Friendly is a relative term. Depends on which end of the sword you are on. Now, average village level in Hungavaria, keep in mind, it's only been up for a week, so it's level 1. The average town level is 3, the average fort level is 4. We have a 77% free house ownership and a 23% Legion ownership. So I suspect probably in the next week we're going to see some of these strongholds turn to level 5, some of these villages turn to level 3. Pretty sure that these are going to be upgraded here. So next up we are going to take a look at the alliance standings. Actually, if I had to say it, Tulaveros, the only dog in the yard is Yellow Turpins. So we probably know where Yellow Turpins is going to be concentrating their end game effort this season. Probably Tulaveros. So unless you got a contender that wants to step up into that yard and give them a fight, it's probably just going to be Yellow Turpins fighting for it versus the cohorts. Alright, so if we look at the top alliances, of course we had nothing change hands this week, so there is no biggest losses or gains. But for the alliance standings, we have first place Yellow Turbans, Phoenix Legion 2nd, Valor 3rd, Prophecy of Kings 4th, Fabled Few 5th, Hibernia 6th, No Evil 7th, Woodcutters Union 8th, and Just Us 9th, and Last Legion 10th. Over on the house standings, we have Digital Order with number 1 with 8,450 influence, Radiance number 2 with 8,150 influence, Revival number 3 with 5,100 influence, Atlas number 4 with 2,400 influence, Partisans number 5 with 2,250 influence, Spartan Legion number 6 with 1,950 influence, the Templars number 7 with 1,650 influence, Goshkia is number 8 with 1,550 influence, Knights Templar is number 9 with 1,350 influence, and Vornair coming in at 10th with 1,150 influence. Now, there are a lot of houses over here on the west, more than 20. I do kind of want to point out that out of the houses that have communicated with me and I've managed to get on our site, we currently have 42 active houses. Only 20 are shown on this page. So for those of you that aren't on this page, welcome to the family. We love you. Keep on working. Go get some land. When the Borderlands opens, head there. You're guaranteed to get something. I swear. You'll be able to get something out there. But just keep plugging away. Don't pick a fight with the biggest dog in the yard. Try to find the small hole that you can fit into. And then once you get one, start upgrading it. Work on defending it. Do what you can to maintain it. And it'll grow. Once you have a fief, population tends to come. So just try to get that one piece of land and work from there. And that's pretty much all we got this week. On Tuesday, I will have the fief quest lineup for you guys. So we will be able to show you the Tier 5, Tier 4 fief quests for each zone. I'll list those out by zone so that you don't have to dig through a giant list to figure out what's closest to you. And I will be working on trying to provide those to you guys on a weekly basis. If anyone wants to help me track those down, it'd be greatly appreciated. I'm already trying to log 233 fiefs every week, twice a week. It would be nice to have a little help on finding the fief quests. But that pretty much is almost guaranteed with the Tier 5 towns. You will usually find a Tier 5 fief quest in one of those. So we'll take a look at those, just go through that list really quick and see if we can find them all. But I really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting the stream. I know this is a kind of a war report, but it's been fun. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Gandalf, thanks for the follow.